Good morning. You are listening to UpReach, a morning devotional presented by the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee, to encourage you as you face the opportunities and challenges of today. Let's begin this day together with some inspiring thoughts from God's holy word. Pursue peace with all people and holiness, without which no one will see the Lord, looking carefully lest anyone fall short of the grace of God, lest any root of bitterness springing up cause trouble, and by this many become defiled, lest there be any fornicator or profane person like Esau, who for one morsel of food sold his birthright. For you know that afterward, when he wanted to inherit the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place for repentance, though he sought it diligently with tears. For you have not come to the mountain that may be touched and that burned with fire, and to blackness and darkness and tempest, and the sound of a trumpet and the voice of words, so that those who heard it begged that the word should not be spoken to them any more. For they could not endure what was commanded, and if so much as a beast touches the mountain, it shall be stoned or shot with an arrow. And so terrifying was the sight that Moses said, I am exceedingly afraid and trembling. But you have come to Mount Zion, and to the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, to an innumerable company of angels, to the general assembly and church of the firstborn who are registered in heaven, to God the judge of all, to the spirits of just men made perfect, to Jesus the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling that speaks better things than that of Abel. See that you do not refuse him who speaks. For if they did not escape who refused him who spoke on earth, much more shall we not escape if we turn away from him who speaks from heaven, whose voice then shook the earth, but now he has promised, saying, Yet once more I shake not only the earth, but also heaven. Now this, yet once more, indicates the removal of those things that are being shaken, as of things that are made, that the things which cannot be shaken may remain. Therefore, since we are receiving a kingdom which cannot be shaken, let us have grace, by which we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. For our God is a consuming fire. Hebrews chapter 12, verses 14 through 29. Sometimes I am convinced that the greatest sin ever committed by mankind is the way in which we have profaned that which is to be holy, making it common and ordinary. We have taken worship that was intended to be an encounter with the holy, and have so diluted it with the mundane and the common, it is difficult to sense the presence of God. We have taken our own bodies, designed to be holy, and have so abused them that they can hardly be recognized as anything other than common and ordinary. We have taken our heart and soul, created in the very image of a holy God, and have polluted them with the evils in the world, thereby making them common and ordinary. Consider these thoughts from God is No Fool by Lois Cheney. Once, a long time ago, God spoke to a man, and the ground around the place where God was speaking was so holy that he made the man take off his shoes just to stand there. Once, when God's house was new, only certain very special and very holy people were allowed into its center, where God himself lived, for it was so holy. Once, when they were carrying God's house from one place to another, one of the holiest parts, the part that held God's very words, slipped, and a man he only wanted to help reached out to keep it from falling, and God struck him dead, for it was so very holy. And this holy God from time to time, a long time ago, talked right out to certain holy men like Abraham and Moses and David and others. Today, we have crosses for earrings and crosses for necklaces and wallet-sized pictures of Jesus in living color. We have little saints for our cars, and we sometimes start important football games and baseball games with little prayers. And the God, the holy God who spoke to a certain few a long time ago, talks right out to no one anymore as far as I know. God, have mercy on us. What about you today? Have you experienced the true holiness of God lately? This has been UpReach, a presentation of the Church Street Church of Christ in Lewisburg, Tennessee. I am Kyle Bolton, the pulpit minister at Church Street. Have a blessed day.